Hey folks, we finally made it to whole one full cycle through the 15 topics slash technologies slash tools that are important to prepare for DevOps and SRE interviews. So now we're back at the top at number one. Now, by the way, just so you know, these are sorted, meaning when I did my research, the number of times these words came up in job descriptions, the top ones are the top, bottoms are the top. So based on keyword frequencies, this cloud is number one. Okay, so today's topic is going to be AWS because last time on question 94 we covered Google Cloud. Okay, so before I start though, please subscribe to my channel because when I see subscriber, that motivates me because I feel like it's helping somebody and that motivates me to do more videos for you folks every day. Okay, let's start. The question today is, what AWS service do you find most valuable for ensuring high availability, and can you briefly explain how you've used it in your previous project? Now, when you're talking about high availability, there are few tools that we can talk about. So you can speak from your experience what that would be. But the most common one is called AWS Auto Scaling. What is that? So let's get to the answer. It's basically a service provided by AWS that lets you have one virtual machine or 2,000 virtual machines, right? Of the same exact type based on some criteria. Normally it's based on CPU or something like that. So you configure and say, if the average CPU of the existing virtual machines is above, let's say 70%, you go ahead and scale up until that number goes down to something else, 69, 65, whatever it is, right? So it will scale up, and then when it sees that it's come down, it will scale back down, and it will keep doing that until it stabilizes, right? So that's the service. That is automatic. All you have to do is give it the parameters. So in a project, normally you would use this in conjunction with the load balancer because the load balancer would be sitting at the top or front, right? And all these VMs will go up and down, and the load balancer will see them come up and down. So it will redirect the request to these VMs as it sees them, right? So that deals with traffic spikes. Now, you can choose different policies for doing that. You can normally people do CPU usage, but I'm sure you can do based on memory or whatever else. I don't even know on top of my head, but I'm sure there are at least 4 or 5 criteria you can choose from. You would have a minimum so that, because you see, if you don't have a minimum, you go down to 1, right? And at the speed of how fast this thing the traffic got increased. Let's say it went up really fast, right? So you don't have time to scale fast enough to deal with that traffic. So that's normally when you have a minimum and I don't care what the traffic looks like, I'm gonna have a minimum of 5. That way, even if I'm not using it all, it's okay. I'm gonna eat the cost, and that way, if it goes up and down, I have some buffer room there. You also have to set a maximum because if something goes wrong and something goes haywire, you can go to 5,000 machines and your bill for the cloud is going to be insane, right? You don't want that. So it's like a breakpoint. It's like a switch at home where at some point it doesn't scale up anymore because you said the maximum number of VMs is going to be, let's say 100 or something. That way, something is wrong when your service that normally takes 2 VMs is now taking 100. Something's not right. So I got to go fix that before I scale up anymore, right? And this whole thing also deals with cloud costs because you're only using the number of VMs that you need. If we are getting a lot of traffic, that's probably good for business. So it's okay to scale up because you're only scaling up based on your usage, and usage normally translates into more revenue. So it's okay to scale up when the traffic is high, but it's not okay to have idle machines sitting there incurring cost when you don't need them. So this way, this whole solution also keeps your cost to a minimum relative to your revenue. that helps with that too. I hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next one.